Good evening, this is Mr. Wintermelon. So we have come to the last video on the chapter of transport in human. And this will be the worst video you can watch regarding our blood group. Why? Because I believe only the last slide is relevant. So if you don't want to hear all the other things that are interesting, you can skip to the last slide. In this video, you will learn all the possible combination for donor and recipient in a blood transfusion for the blood group of A, B, and O. Now, do take note, in human, there are more than one blood group, which is why some of you have A plus, B minus, O minus, or O plus. The plus and the minus is the other blood group. So you can read up more on it if you are interested. But for your O-level syllabus, we are just concerned with A, B, and O blood group. But let us begin with antigens and antibodies, because knowing what is antigen and antibody will help to improve your appreciation as to why some people can donate their blood to others, while some people cannot. So different cell contains different cell marker. Another name for cell markers is antigen. The word marker here refers to the marking on the cell. They are similar to the car licensing plate. For example, if you look at a car licensing plate, you will probably be able to tell whether it is Singapore car or it is from JB. If you do not understand, you can ask your father or mother who owns a car, or your uncle or auntie who owns a car. They will explain to you how they can tell where the country of origin the car is from just by looking at their letter. In other countries, different car from different province will also have licensing plate with unique letter combination to help the people or the traffic police identify where the car is originated from. The licensing plate on the car help us to identify where they are from, and the antigen serve the similar function. It helps our body to recognize where the cell is from, whether it's foreign or local. Then we have our antibodies. So our antibody will bind onto the antigen of foreign tissue. This will allow other white blood cells to recognize that it is an invading cell, therefore tagging it for destruction. In the case of blood transfusion or blood transfer, it works a bit differently because the antibody will bind onto the antigen, causing clumping of the blood instead, causing a solid mass. So antibody mark the cell down for destruction, and this is the cause for tissue rejection. Tissue rejection occurs when someone donates his or her organ to another person, and the recipient body notice that the organ is foreign. So antibodies will be produced tagging the foreign organ, and the white blood cell will come and destroy the tissue in the donated organ. So this is why sometimes organ transplant can fail, because our immune system can tag the foreign organ for destruction. However, it must be noted that this antibody is very useful to us. It's not just there for tissue rejection, because antibodies can tag onto virus or bacteria and killing them in the process. So you might be wondering, there are so many bacteria and viruses. Are all their antigen the same? No, they are not, because our body actually produces many different types of antibodies. Then you might ask, how come we have such a big library of antibodies for us to produce? Which brings me to something that is definitely not in your syllabus, but it is interesting to know. If you have a baby at home, or nephew, or small little kids, you might realize that they fall sick kind of often. That is because there are many germs that's flying around trying to invade the baby body. However, you might notice as the child gets older and older, the frequency whereby he or her falling sick also become lower. Why is this so? Because every time we fall sick and we manage to come out victorious against the bacteria or viruses, we actually make an antibody against the bacteria or viruses. So our body will kill the bacteria or viruses after the first infection. Then part of the bacteria body part or antigen can be used for our body to make the antibodies against them. So using part of the bacteria and viruses, our body is able to make antibodies which can tag onto those antigen. So the next time the same virus or bacteria come into our body, our immune system will have a record of them in the form of antibodies. So once they enter, the antibodies will tag onto the bacteria or viruses. Then our white blood cell will go along with his or her job, killing the pathogen. And this is why we will fall sick less frequently as we get older, because our immune system will actually improve as the bank of our antibodies get larger and larger as we get older, which makes the saying of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger sounds very true. So let us get back to our blood grouping. Again, I must say that this part not essential that you understand. As we were talking about antigen, our blood also have antigen. For someone with blood type A, the person red blood cell will have antigen A. Someone with blood type B will have B antigen on their red blood cell. Someone with blood type AB will have A and B antigen, while someone with blood type O does not have any antigen on the surface of their red blood cell. Since someone with blood type O does not have any antigen on the surface of their red blood cell, they will produce antibody A as well as antibody B. This will help the body to detect foreign red blood cell. For someone with blood type AB, since the person have antigen AB on their red blood cell, the body will not produce any of the antibodies A and B. If not, those antibodies can tag onto their red blood cell. For someone with blood type B, the person will produce antibody A because blood type A is foreign to that body. Similarly, for someone with blood type A, the person will produce antibody B since B is the foreign tissue. So what will happen when antibody A meet up with red blood cell A or antibody B meets up with red blood cell B? This is when agglutination will happen. When someone with blood type A donates blood to someone with blood type A, the anti-B antibody in the recipient will not bind onto the donated blood. So therefore, there will be no agglutination. But when someone with blood type A donates to someone with blood type B, the antibody in the recipient blood will detect that, oh, a foreign tissue, blood type A, has entered, and the antibody A inside someone with blood type B will attach itself onto the antigen of the red blood cell that have been donated. This will cause agglutination. So how does agglutination looks like? So what we have down here is what happened when blood type AB is mixed with antibody A as well as antibody B. Since red blood cell from someone with blood type AB has antigen A as well as antigen B, the antibody A as well as antibody B will attach onto the red blood cell. So as a result, agglutination will occur and you can see the red blood cell clumping up in both instances. This is bad because all of us know that our blood capillary only allow one red blood cell to squeeze through. So when the blood is clumped up, it will block the blood capillary. For the second example, blood type A is mixed with antibody A as well as antibody B. Antibody B is obtained from someone with blood type A or AB. As there's no antigen B on blood type A, the antibody have nothing to attach on. Therefore, the blood will still appear as fluid, as seen below. However, antibody A will bind onto the red blood cell from blood type A because of the antigen on their surface, therefore causing agglutination, and you can see the clumping, which is similar to when blood type AB is mixed with antibody A. As for blood type B, it will appear as normal fluid when it is mixed with antibody A because there's no antibody on the surface of red blood cell from blood type B. But when antibody B is mixed with blood type B, the antibody will bind onto the antigen of the red blood cell, causing agglutination. Lastly, when blood type O is mixed with antibody A as well as antibody B, nothing will happen. The blood will still be fluid because there's no antigen on the surface of the red blood cell for the antibody to bind on. Lastly, this is the most important slide, and I suggest all of you to copy this down. The horizontal row shows the person that is donating the blood, while the vertical column shows the person that is receiving. For blood type O, as we can see, they can donate their blood to everyone. Because their red blood cell do not have any antigen on the surface, therefore, any antibody in the person's body cannot attach onto the red blood cell. As for blood type AB, they can only donate to themselves. Because their red blood cell contains both antigen A as well as antigen B, therefore, it is vulnerable to the attachment of antibody A as well as antibody B. For someone with blood type B, the person can donate to someone with blood type B or AB, while it cannot donate to someone with blood type A as well as blood type O, since someone with blood type A as well as blood type O has the anti-B antibody. The reverse is true for blood type A. The person can only donate to A as well as AB because for blood type B as well as blood type O, both the blood contain anti-A antibody. So in summary, someone with blood type O can donate to everyone, while someone with blood type AB can receive from everyone since they do not have any anti-A or anti-B antibody in their blood. While someone with blood type A can receive from A as well as O, and someone with blood type B can receive from B and O. Now, some of you might have a question on your mind, and that is, if someone with blood type O were to donate their blood to, for example, A, B, and AB, wouldn't the antibody in blood type O cause agglutination in the recipient? That's a very good question. Because when we are donating our blood will undergo centrifugation first, causing the red blood cell to settle at the bottom. After that, the plasma, the white blood cell, as well as antibody are removed, and only the red blood cell is transferred to the recipient. Therefore, the donated blood will not contain any antibody. And even if there is any antibody, it will be very diluted. So it will not cause such a major complication. So this is the important slide. Please copy this table down. And this will be the end for the chapter of transport in human.